So I met Clark and Michelle through their focus on Holocaust education and bringing Holocaust films here. It was actually amazing that they were focused on that. I was very curious about it since they aren't Jewish, and I had mostly met people who are Jewish being interested in that topic, and came to realize how much they care about other people and want people to know our history, like everybody's history. So when Clark and Michelle wanted to open and renovate the Circle, it was a great sync with our foundation because their plan was to add to the variety of movies and documentaries that would be available to Tulsans that would appeal to potentially a different crowd than other movies that were at the regular cinemas appealed to. Diversity and representation in film is important because all people want to see themselves as themselves represented in books, in literature, in art, because there is a feeling of disenfranchisement and that one doesn't belong if one doesn't see oneself in all aspects of a community. So one of the roles that the Circle serves is to provide educational opportunities for Tulsans. And Clark and Michelle are really wonderful about wanting to make sure that we as a community are knowledgeable as possible and that we have an opportunity to learn what's going on in the world around us and actually have an opportunity also to discuss what's going on. So frequently after films, they'll have discussions that are a wonderful opportunity for us to hear how people have viewed a topic through a film and grow our knowledge base, and I appreciate that they do that.
Clark, over the years, he has worked with my newspaper and my staff in bringing to our attention the efforts that he is wanting to spread. We routinely give space in the Oklahoma Eagle to his efforts because we feel that there's a common thread, even though he's movie and we're print. His efforts are much more, in one sense, dramatic than what we are able to do. He brings home, in a very special way, the impact these issues that we write about have on the population generally. These issues that affect us all are being portrayed on film, and Clark is seeing to it that that occurs here in Tulsa. He brings to the forefront in this community and does it in a very dramatic way through film and promotes a discussion about issues. What Clark has done through his efforts, I can think of no other place in Tulsa it's done with such dramatic impact.
What Clark and Michelle have been able to do is, what I'm grateful for them, is to lift up a community. They're two incredible people that are lifting up not just this cinema, but the people that show their films here, really the entire Tulsa area. There's so much content out there, and what Circle does is highlight independent film, and from that it's all backgrounds, it's representational of every genre, all those stories. And so really even just social issues, people are able to come here and see films or documentaries about those, and then we're able to have these incredible conversations based off of what we've seen. And so that's a powerful tool to see it on the big screen. So my favorite story was actually earlier this year. We hosted our first ever Film Tulsa event at Sundance Film Festival, and we had this huge Tulsa delegation. Of course, Clark has been going to Sundance for a very long time, but it was the first time for us to all collaborate together on promoting Tulsa at this worldwide festival. And my favorite story is, he shows up early, he helps set up, and he's the first person to volunteer to be at the door to start greeting people as our guests enter into the venue. And we all know his energy. His energy is unmatched around town. He's so wonderful. And so, really, someone with that kind of love for their city and what they're doing, and they're just jumping right in to help. What an incredible human.
As a gay boy growing up in Oklahoma, I kept looking for stories about me, stories about us. But I also got that societal message that this storyline was not all right. There was something wrong with these two men loving each other, and this movie was supposed to depict how awful and how horrible that was. I think that we're to that place where in the future where we're going to see that diversity, especially around LGBTQ issues, is going to lose its unique niche, and it's going to just become mainstream. And I would say that Clark and his passion, he and Michelle's passion to make sure that everybody's represented in Tulsa, you know, Tulsa's going to be ready for that because of individuals like Clark and Michelle getting us ready for that and making sure that we were already having those discussions. I'll tell you a story about the day when this building, when the windows were shot up. We had a drive-by shooter drive by, 14 bullet holes in the front windows of the Equality Center. Clark Wiens and Michelle made repeated visits to the Equality Center that week to make sure if we needed anything, they were there. They were willing to stand with us, support us. They were outraged over that somebody had violated our sacred space, a place that meant so much to us, and they wanted us to know that they stood with us and that they would speak out for us. I just can't say enough about them. I love them. They deserve 1,000 awards, and I even may make them give them their own pride parade one year because they certainly deserve it because of their strong friendship to our community.